Okay, that was weird because for some reason it got froze up and stuff. Hello. Hey, one EQL. Hello. So before I get started with my discussion, let's read what one EQL says. A good person would feel love for the innocent people the targets have harmed, never feel bad for a source of inflicting pain on innocent people. They deserve everything worse than death. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree. So this is High Priestess Jamila, and I wanted to come and answer the question. And the question is, should a witch feel bad for cursing someone? Or should you feel bad for doing reversals? Because a reversal is essentially going to curse someone if you reverse their actions. And of course, you guys already know that my answer to that question would be no. Now, with an exception of your children, family, and your husband, which would be someone that you love, okay? And that is up for debate. But if there is someone that is doing harm to you, either lying on you, attacking you, being sneaky, being conniving, or maybe even going to witches and paying for curses on you because they may be jealous, or maybe possibly doing work on you themselves. You should never feel bad for throwing that stuff back at them, as well as cursing them. Should never feel bad. Honestly, if you have been at spiritual war with someone for years, it is time to stop playing around with them because they can cause all sorts of problems and issues in your life. And you can't just sacrifice yourself for someone else. And, you guys know my personality by now, right? Yeah. Y'all know my personality. But there are a lot of people that are very, very different from me. There are some people that are very self sacrificing. There are some people who don't care much about themselves or love themselves, that they would let another person literally destroy their life. And there's a lot of people out there that are like that. They are very complacent. They have the doormat type personalities. And I hate to tell you, but personalities like that do not make this world what it is. They don't. Now, I realize that there are some people that would consider themselves to be such good people that they would work for free, that they would labor for free for people, and that is those people's choice. But in the real world, because we are talking about the real world here, that is not possible. It is virtually impossible for anybody to work for free. There's got to be at least some kind of trade. So there used to be people would, before they created money, people would do barter and trade. Okay. Or even after they created money. Money does have its evils, but everybody that makes money or that even has money is not evil. And some people don't live in the real world. Some people don't. And it could be for various reasons. Okay. Various reasons will lead certain people to not live in the real world. And in the real world, we all have to work. We all have to pay bills. We all have to do that. Now, I don't know if you guys saw that video that I put up about this lady that decided to go on TikTok, and I guess it must have went viral, and accuse a Thai restaurant of selling dog meat. Now, it was later found out, apparently with either testing or investigation, that it was not true. However, because this lady decided to lie, that business had to shut down. I personally would have went to a witch so that my restaurant wouldn't shut down. But that's just me. Everybody's not like me. Instead, what the restaurant did possibly was posted a GoFundMe. I'm not a GoFundMe type of person because I know how to fund myself. But I know exactly how those people feel, because it's very difficult, because the restaurant began to get hate, and there are some people that have various levels and degrees that they can deal with hate. Okay, people are different. I can never assume that another person is just like me, so I don't judge them. Somebody does that to you, and I've been through it. I've been through it as a business owner myself. I've been in business for almost a decade. Okay. If it, yeah, for officially in business when I established my company, Divine Services. It's been almost a decade. And I have had trials and tribulations with people, and people that bounce back and forth between being psychopaths and sociopaths. And because I am a good person, because I am a nice person, right? And I guess I must look stupid. Do I look stupid? Possibly. I might look stupid, but I'm not. Okay. And you are doing your family a disservice. Ultimately, in the long run, you are doing yourself a disservice and you are doing your family a disservice when you lay down and you take things like a dog. And I believe that a lot of people learn that lesson. Okay. And you can't allow other people to navigate your life and kick you around. You can't do it. You don't ever lay down and take somebody's shit. You have to be able to fight back. Curses don't just come in the form of a voodoo doll. Curses start at the throat chakra. The evil eye is the throat, wide open. The throat, the little dangly thing hanging down, that is the evil eye. And you know the saying, loose lips sink ships. Well, it's not about somebody's tongues wagging or somebody telling the truth about you. People out there are very ruthless and they are lying on people. You can't believe everything that you hear from people. And sometimes when you believe in a lie, it can also change the course of your life as well. And lies have a lot of power over people. Somebody lying and bearing false witness. There are people who are innocent and they are in prison right now because somebody lied. Now, I got the message years ago that God was not going to allow anybody to just lie on me. Um, and I feel comfort in that my relationship with the Most High or the source or the universe is that good. But a lot of people will expect things to just work out somehow when somebody does something to you. And then when it doesn't, what do? They blame God, but they never seem to blame that person. Why do people always blame God when somebody does something and will actually be angry at God when somebody else does something to you? When God has given you the instruction, right? Whichever God that you're talking about, we have different gods. Like I said, Christianity is not my religion. That's gonna be my motto these days because it's not. It's a man-made religion, and something man-made can be very powerful, isn't it? Man-made things can be very powerful, and that is one of them. Okay. And at the end of the day, it's basically the same. It's basically the same as if you were to go on the principles of a witch. So it's no different. You know, no, witches are not evil for cursing people. There are some people that need and deserve to be cursed. And you can tell they are cursed and they deserve it. And, witches are typically not, when you look at our personality, like most of the witches that I have peeped out, they they don't make any excuses and they don't play victim even when a witch curses somebody that has never done anything to them. We've seen that happen randomly. just randomly deciding to throw curses at people and to create these curses, and knowing that a witch is going to throw it back at them. I mean, and I've seen seasoned witches doing that, that are very seasoned. And so I think that attacking a person that has done nothing to you, I think that's definitely evil. But I think that when you are justified, it's okay to curse somebody. And it's the mind that makes up the karma at that point. It's the fact that you feel empathy, more empathy for that person than you do yourself, while this person is trying to destroy you, throw you off course, and destroy everything that you've built. So, most of the people that do harm to you and you have to curse them, they will come to you and tell you that you're evil. I wouldn't care about that either. Don't let people like that get to you emotionally. And I think that's what a lot of people do. A lot of people end up feeling more empathy for the person that is doing them dirty, obviously. And this is called denial. You start feeling more empathy for that person than you do yourself. And you can't do that. People that do that don't survive. If you just decided, I don't want to survive, I mean, if somebody has gotten you to that point, if somebody has gotten you to that point where you have decided that that one single person, or maybe they may have other people with them, but you have decided that you don't care about your life and your existence, when somebody gets you to that point, that means that it is time for a wake up call. Okay? And that's just all it is to it. And you've got to stop caring so much. You know, we see a lot of people do that and they make the mistake and then they end up becoming puppets. They end up, failing the people in their life that they are responsible for. And it just doesn't work out. It ends up in tragedy. And people will go through that and they will blame the world. And, all of a sudden, it's the world's fault that they decided to allow that one person or a couple of different people, they decided to allow them to do harm to them. So do not feel bad. You know, I think that when I work cases where I have to do reversals or either curses for a client, I do coach my clients on this. And a lot of my clients are like, I don't give a damn. I don't care. But then as soon as the curse starts moving towards the person, you start to fold and you start to go through guilt. Why? Why? That person created hell in your life. So I'm able to recognize that when a client starts to feel bad for the work. Hey, hon, hey, water. Thank you. You start feeling bad and you start affecting the people around you. You start affecting the work. I always tell people, listen, They'll tell me a laundry list of what happened, what was the result, what was the consequence of the actions of their enemy. And then when the work starts to move, when I write that petition, because when I write that petition, that is when it is already happening. It's already happening. It's already written in stone when I write out that petition. And then when I light that candle, when I dress that candle, when I consecrate the wick of that candle or the flame of whatever I'm using, if it's a candle, if it's a piece of paper, if it's whatever it is, that's when things start to take flight. I can't help you with with your problem with feeling guilt. Yeah, that person that did those things to you, they may have been zombified at the time. They may have they may have some kind of mental issue. They may have something going on. And your heart chakra is overactive because you care too much. You give way too much of your love to people that hate you, people that do not want to see you survive. And yeah, that person that that attacked you, that caused these problems in your life, yeah, they were going through something. You have more sense and intelligence than they do, obviously. It's almost like having survivor's guilt. Why? And then that is when spirit will start to see you as being ungrateful. I wish God didn't give people free will sometimes, but he does. Okay. And it's difficult. It's hard, It really is, you know what I'm saying? For a lot of clients, for me, it's something that I'm used to because I know that my children have to survive. My future generations of children have to survive. Somebody has literally went out of their way to try to harm me. I'm not talking about a harmless argument or a disagreement. No, I'm talking about somebody that went out of their way to destroy your life. Do you show them empathy or sympathy? No. The answer is no. You are foolish if you do that. I know a lot of people are thinking, well, you know, if you can show it for that man, oh goodness. Women are very powerful creatures. Men are different. Men are not as powerful as women are. Have we not figured that out yet? They have the power to make us love them unconditionally. But as far as with being a feminine energy, being a female, being a woman, that is a whole other level of power, being a woman. Okay? Stop feeling bad. Stop feeling sympathy. Don't do it. I wish there was a way that I could cut that off, that y'all don't feel that. Love yourself. That is self love. When somebody has done something to you that it could potentially harm you, that is harming you, you may be in dire straits. You may be suffering. Your child might be sick. Something might be happening. That's self love to say, hey, you did it to me. I don't love you more than I love myself. And no, I don't feel sorry for you because guess what? I have way too much life to live to sit here and feel bad. Now, okay, displaced love. We don't just have misplaced anger. There are a lot of people with a lot of misplaced love. Show your love to your children, to your grandchildren if you have them. Show your love to yourself. Show your love to your husband or your man or whoever. You don't show love and kindness to someone that is trying to destroy you. Don't do it. Don't even let that part of yourself that feels bad feel bad. And a lot of y'all are getting fed on like blue shell crabs. Traditionally, I'll get to your question, mysteriously kind. Traditionally, things like goofer dust was meant to cut people out of your energy. Okay. And sometimes you have to. Okay. But mysteriously kind said, what if you desire to love the world? We all love the world. I love the world. There's nothing wrong with loving the world. The world is not your enemy. It's not the world. It's certain people that have developed these hatreds towards you to where they want to do harm to you. Now, I never would have imagined. I am a obviously kind individual, mysteriously kind. I am very kind. And I have been through stuff to where I'm just like, why would this person do this to me ever? What did I do to them? Nothing. I may have reacted and said, hey, why are you doing this to me? But I've never just randomly said, hey, I've got to curse this person because, I don't like the way they wear their hair. They're insulting me by what they're doing with their own self. Yeah. Or just because I don't agree with them. You can't curse somebody because you don't agree with them. Okay. And I've had that happen. Okay. I have had that happen. And I don't feel bad for whatever they're going through. In fact, I hope they're suffering. I hope that they are going through hell. I hope that they are broken completely and that they never, ever do that again. Don't even think about it. Don't even consider it, especially when you lying on somebody. And people have been doing that a lot lately. In fact, the last 2 or 3 cases that I've had, major cases that I've had, people were lying on people and people were trying to paint pictures of people. And no, you can't do that. And, I have, like I said, I'm gathering up my coven. I have some amazing people that I'm planning on gathering up because they are amazing. Guess what? Listen, ain't nobody playing with these people. And it's not that you have to just live and breathe in this hatred and visceral and stuff like that. It's not that you have to do that, but it's one of those things to where when you are speaking to spirit and when you are dealing with that spiritual situation, you know what you do? You know what you say? You say, I choose me and my family, and I'm not going to let my family go through that. I'm not going to let us suffer at the hands of this person. And you have to feel it. That's just like if a lot of y'all have been through this where you have, certain things happening. and you feel as though those things are beyond your control, but they actually are within your control and you just don't realize it. And you have to, when you are defending yourself from somebody that is trying to do harm, you have to feel it in your spine, in your root, and you cannot be afraid of that. You cannot be afraid. You must not have mysteriously kind, and maybe you haven't had anything happen. You do look like a man. You are a man. You're a male. Um, ask any woman. Ask any woman. Women have problems with men and women. You know, and you know, a lot of women have dealt with other women that are just trying to destroy their lives for no good reason and just, you know. So maybe you haven't, you're lucky. Maybe you're not old enough. Maybe you're not old enough. But what I can tell you is that, oh, okay, guys, I've got to go because I just got a reminder of the faculty. The faculty. Yeah. Uh, yeah. And you know what, mysteriously kind? I wouldn't try to, oh, I'm not even gonna go there. Okay. Stop feeling bad. That's where that negative karma is coming from. It is your heart chakra imbalances. If your heart chakra is over active, you are going to feel bad for defending yourself. If it's underactive, then that's a whole other thing. But I'm talking about overactive is when you love too much. And I live in love and the light every single day. My home is love and light. But thank you, Autumn. Thank you, sweetie. I'll be in touch with you in a minute. Um, yeah, how has anybody else survived? I mean, this is coming straight from the ancestors because you wouldn't be here if your ancestors were just all love and light. Sometimes you have to deal with people. And I am a very compromising type of person. I will work things out with people. I will try to settle things in peace. If my spirits are telling me that that person is attacking or they're doing something or I need to do something, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to sit back and let somebody destroy my life. And so, yeah. But yeah, you're very welcome. Autumn, winter, spring, summer. Yeah. So don't do that. Okay. All right, guys. That's pretty much what I wanted to tell you. I mean, this is the shift in the paradigm that's happening. You know, of course, we all have love and light, but I think that we have to accept that there are going to be times when we have to defend ourselves, when we have to stand up for ourselves, when we have to, stand up to and face the music and say, hey, listen, I'm not going to let you hurt my family. I'm not going to let you do harm to me. I'm not. Okay. And I am the type of person that I may even argue with people. I'm not trying to destroy people's lives like that. Like my intentions are set very, very clearly. So I don't do messy magic. I do it very precisely, right? So if I have a problem with somebody, that's how I'm going to deal with it as nicely as possible, but sometimes people are not deserving of your love because they will only take your kindness for weakness. And they will look at you like, and they will kill you if they can. And they will look at you like, huh? You know, save your love for somebody that cares about you. Somebody that cares about you. That's who you love. Somebody that loves you. Somebody that looks out for you. I don't agree with love your enemies. I don't agree with that. Okay? Because, I don't see the point of that. I don't see the point. And, I think that you should love those who love you and pay dirt to people that don't. Okay. And why do you have to think about them? You shouldn't even have to think about them. Who cares? Okay. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. Blessings. Bye bye.